What's up, everybody? Welcome to Practical Alchemy, the show where I teach you a hands-on approach to 3D modeling. I'm your host, Jonathan Spurkey, and on tonight's episode, we're going to be working on part 2 of our Keyblade series. On tonight's episode, I'm going to teach you how to do the Keyblade blade thingy. Like I said in the last episode, we are going to be building this blade around a PVC tube, a 1-inch diameter PVC tube. This is going to be a pretty simple tutorial. It's going to be a good beginner tutorial, just some very basic surfaces and a couple of joins, unions, splits. But really what I'm going to show you is an idea of how you could create a 3D printed part that would then seamlessly integrate with your PVC pipe or what other pipe you want to use. Maybe you want to use an Ultra Saber blade, which would be really cool because then it would glow. Regardless, what we're going to do, switch over to Rhino, and as you can see, I've already created a PVC pipe. This is a 1-inch PVC pipe, but I went on HomeDepot.com, I checked out its dimensions, and a 1-inch PVC pipe is not 1-inch outer diameter. It's actually 1.315 with an inner diameter of 1.033 inches, which I built. Now, so let's just, that's not even that important, sorry. Let's go File, Import, and let's import the support files for the Keyblade. If I can find it. Support files. These are my basic sketches. We are going to preserve the units at 1 inch. Ooh, that's not good. Oh no. I'm sorry. File, import. I think I must have built this in millimeters. There, that looks correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn these. We go ahead and group those real quick so nothing gets shifted around. And we are going to change this layer name to Initial Sketches. Some of you might be asking, hey Jonathan, weren't you wearing that shirt in the last episode, and did you just put a hat on so it looked like it was a different day, but really you're doing this video right after the last video? To which I would respond, yes I did. So, good eye. Or you're probably watching these back to back, so what do you care if I created them back to back? I needed a break. I need some water. Okay, so let's see, where are we at in perspective here? Let's bring these in. So hold on, sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of setup here, just getting these sketches where I want them. I'm a little bit finicky. I just want to make sure. Actually, like the left viewport better. Set view left. Okay, that's good. Okay, so just go ahead and take these objects and pull them roughly where you want to go. Just click and drag to put the initial sketch layer roughly where you want to see it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I do actually want to move it to the center. So let me turn this PVC pipe off real quick. Go away, PVC pipe. Or whatever. Alright, just say transform, move. You can literally grab any control point or end point since this is a flat sketch. And we are going to snap it with our grid snap, turn our grid snap on so that we are centered about that horizon. Turn that off. And now I'm going to move over to the left viewport so I can move this around. There was a better way to do that, which I didn't do. It's okay, next time. Alright, File, Save. Okay, cool. So let's just start working on this blade here. Edit, groups, ungroup. Get rid of that. You want to be able to interact with each of these objects individually. So I'm going to move this down just so I can see it. And turn this, move the PVC pipe to the layer for the PVC pipe. That's why it's not working. Okay, and now I'm going to create what I'm going to call my revised sketches layer. So that way I can just keep things separated as I'm moving along. So what I'm going to do is, I've got all these curves. I want to make sure that this is just the one curve, because it looks like this is a uniform thickness, so we don't have to do a lot of play there. Just make sure this is a uniform thickness. So go ahead and split those curves. split and delete. Oh boy. Sometimes you get in this rhythm and you just keep hitting the enter button and then you don't stop hitting the enter button, and so you're halfway through a command when you think you're quitting a command. It's the worst. It's literally the worst. The struggle could not be more real. Okay, so I've split those curves. Now I can grab these curves and say edit, join, and they are one open curve. Okay. Next up, let's go ahead and move these to the revised sketches layer now that I've done something with them, but they're still black, you say. That's because the display color is black, not by layer. Okay. Ooh, that's really hard to see. Okay. That's really hard to see. All right, let's go hot pink. That's better. All right, so go ahead and turn the sketch layer off for a second. And we just need to drag this straight down, just to give us a little bit more depth to our blade. Make sure that we move this control point. I want to make sure that that is straight. Come on. Oof, there's just one of those. Okay, fine. We'll do it the hard way because for some reason this doesn't want to work. Oh, because I don't have the intersection. Snap turned on. Move that, snap it. Okay. Edit, join, one closed curve. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and extrude this. So we just need to create a surface from, actually a body from this flat sketch, which is really easy. Solid, extrude planar curve, straight. Let's turn this PVC pipe back on. Let's say both sides so that it extrudes it from the middle. And maybe we want that to be 0.75 inches. Ooh, no. Sorry. Redo, redo, redo. Delete that. All right, sorry, I forgot I was working in millimeters. Distance, let me just get a rough distance. That's 24, okay. Solid, extrude planar curve, sorry about that. I forgot what units I was working in for a minute. All right, let's just say it's, yeah, let's just say it's 22. Ooh, that's 22 on both sides. All right, half of 22, 11. Yes. That looks thicker than I wanted. Well, design is all about, you know, let's just do it the way out. There. That looks better. We gotta balance that cartooniness, and we also want to make sure that it's supported well. Okay, cool. So we've got this little blade. That's looking really good, right? So next thing we want to do is when we print this, what we're going to do is we're going to be gluing this essentially to this pipe. So we want this here to match this curvature, right? So what I'm going to do is let me just create a duplicate pipe. And so I'm going to select this pipe, transform, copy, in place, and then right click to change the object layer. Turn the initial pipe off. All right, we're going to say edit, explode. Explode that pipe into 4 surfaces. Go ahead and delete the end surfaces because you don't need them. And we're just going to say edit, visibility, hide the inner surface because we don't need it for right now. Okay, so let me just click and drag this thing just a tad up, just a hair, just so it's not, I don't want this corner point to accidentally touch here. Sometimes that'll make your blends or your breaks get weird. But now all we have to do is, and actually I'm going to offset this. And the reason I'm going to offset this is because when 2 parts come together, there is a certain amount of tolerance that you want. So let's just, surface, you want a tolerance to make sure that they have room to line up in case your material shrinks or expands. Just offset that by 0.2 millimeters. Okay, it's barely noticeable, but it does make a difference. There's different fits that you can achieve for multiple parts that you're 3D printing. If you want things to be snug together, you want to offset them by 0.3 millimeters. If you want them to be, that's for an interference fit, what we call an interference fit in the business. If you want them to slide past each other, you offset them by 0.5. So since these are, this is just rough, I just did 0.2 just to be safe. Okay, edit, split this surface using this, get rid of that, split using that, delete. All right, now we have a Keyblade blade with a curved back, and it's one closed poly surface. Perfect. All right, so let's make that orange. Make it its own layer. That's the Keyblade part. All right, that's looking pretty good there. Now let's turn that PVC pipe back on. What I want to do is we're going to get a little fancy here, because how do we connect this blade to our PVC pipe? And so basically what I'm thinking is, if you drill some holes through this PVC pipe and put some bosses through it, you can put a screw through the other end. So I'm going to show you just really quickly how to do that. Should be pretty simple. I'm going to go from the top plane, wireframe so that we can see it, and let's just create some quick screw bosses. So let's make this our layer. I'm in a command, that's why it won't let me rename it. Okay, red. Okay, it's gonna call this our screw bosses. Okay, so just go ahead and do some circles here. And I don't know how big I would want these circles, but I would personally probably pick a drill bit size that you like. You're going to have to decide what size screws you want. I don't have any screws in front of me here that I can use as a reference, but since you're going to be building along with me, not just using this, you can do the same thing. You can just get some screws and decide what you want it to be. All right, random. That's okay. Random's good. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we are just going to turn our PVC pipe on for reference, and we're going to pull these circles down so they're outside of our pipe. Solid, extrude planar curve, straight, not both sides, just the one side, and just go up into your surface here. Okay? Cool. Turn that PVC pipe back off. Next up, you are going to now offset those curves. Okay, turn this PVC pipe off for a second. So just take those curves, and you want to make a new circle inside of that is your the inner diameter of your screw, so that the threads are catching in the plastic on the outside. So that looks good. We'll just turn that to 2. Okay, 2, 2, and one more time, 2. Okay, cool. Now take those, guys, select all these new curves we got. We're going speedy now. And pull those down just so they're out here. We can see them better. Let's change the layer. We'll just put them in a different layer just so we can see them. Solid, extrude planar curve, straight, and we're going to go up into our Keyblade. You can make them as long as you want, I guess. It doesn't really matter. All right. And so now we're going to try to split this. So we're going to say solid difference. Let's see if this works. First set, second set. Yeah, boom. See, now we got a nice little screw boss there. First set, second set. I could probably do this at the same time. Sorry, sometimes the commands will automatically move to the next function if there's a single thing that you can select, and sometimes they won't. Okay, so now you've got some fancy screw bosses. You've got some fancy stuff going on right here. Okay, so I'm going to split this. Split this guy. Yeah. escape. All right, split this guy using these surfaces. Okay, turn these off for a second. I know that this is a rudimentary approach, but I'm just showing you a few different ways that you can go about splitting these things. I mean, the main thing to keep in mind is just to get rid of this extra material. You can use unions, you can use splits. Sometimes unions will fail, and so you have to go through and do just splits. And if I'm working on things that have failed multiple times, I will just go through and do the splits, and it takes longer. It is definitely slow because you're doing a lot more selecting than you probably need to. But on this show, it's not about working smart. It's about teaching you to work smart, which sometimes means I'm going to do things slow so you have time to see them. All right, edit, join. Okay, now we've got one closed poly surface again for our Keyblade, which is looking good. All right. But you say, Jonathan, how do I install this on my PVC pipe and make sure that it looks awesome and sweet? Well, I'm going to use the inner edge of the PVC pipe, which I had previously hidden, which I'm now going to show. All right. And again, I'm going to offset that surface, offset surface by 0.2, just to get it nice and clean. Change the object layer. Sorry, I can be working in full viewport. Okay. All right, so you're probably like, we can't split this because it's going to cut this one as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just split this guy by the ISO curve. This is the U direction. Switch that to the V direction and split, split, and boom. Now we got that. There we go. Now we got two surfaces. Now we can just split by this. So we say, aha, edit. Split the blue surface with the yellow surface. Yes. Oh, no. I don't like that. Let's split the yellow object first. That'll make it easier. Deleting all those surfaces. And now let's do the same with the blue to the yellow. Split into 5 pieces. Get rid of the... Oh, did it not work? Oh, bloody hell. Aha, there it is. Yeah, those surfaces weren't connected anymore, so we got to go through and use these new guys as our splitting objects. So split, use the inner surface of the boss, and bada bing, bada boom, there we go. What is this? Don't know. All right, and here we go. Let's say edit, join. All right, we've got one closed poly surface. Perfect. This guy is ready for some 3D printing. So really all you have to do at this point, if you do 3D print this, is you just need to drill a hole halfway through or on this side. Let's turn this PVC pipe back on. So just drill some holes on this side of your PVC pipe that are the same diameter as your outer boss, and on this side of your PVC pipe, the same size as your inner boss, and that is good to go. So, you might be asking, if you're new to this whole building stuff thing, well, how do I line these holes up? Well, you line the holes up by taking a smaller drill bit and drilling all the way through. That way you have a consistent center point, and then all you have to do is screw it in from the bottom, and you're good. This thing will lock in. You'll have the screw heads, but I think it'll look fairly well engineered. And that's looking pretty good, guys. Let's go ahead and save that. Keyblade is saved, and we are halfway there. We are halfway to a finished Keyblade. All right, cool. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like it. And if you want to see more videos from me, including the next thing, which is how we're going to build this hilt, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the video, questions about my process, or if you'd like to make any requests as to things you'd like to see me build next, write those in the comments section below. If you'd like to follow along with this design, which I hope you do, I want you to follow along so that you can learn this process, you can learn this program, and you can literally build anything for yourself. Just throw it on the 3D printer and boom, you're good to go. It's going to improve your cosplay. You could potentially work as an engineer or industrial designer. It'll be awesome. So follow along with these videos. The links for the support files will be in the description below, and you can check out the website and check out the blog. We've got some weird musings and things like that. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Later on.